Hello there and welcome to Genesis Models. What we have here today is our inbox review of the English Electric Canberra B.2 by Airfix. It's 1 in 48 scale, and we're going to start off by taking a look at our instructions here. I think this is a bit of an old kit, but you get a bit of a background knowledge on our Canberra here. Instructions, to be honest, they look nice, simple, plainly laid out. You know, you got a 3-man crew here. We have got a nasty 100-gram weight that you've got to put into the fuselage section here. Hopefully the space here is going to be big enough to put 100 grams. So we might have to be finding every nook and cranny we can find actually in and around the front part of the Canberra to kind of fit in 100 grams. It does look actually quite simple. I mean, it's just fuselage section put together with your cockpit in there, 2 pieces of our wing stuck together, and there you go. I mean, you've literally got your Canberra all together. You put your flaps, slats, tails on, engine on, landing gear, and it does look pretty simple, straightforward. How it goes together in reality, that's another matter, but I mean, you've got nice options here for an array of weapons in the bomb bay, on the wings. You can have your slats up and down, bomb bay doors open, closed. Yeah, it looks pretty simple. Shouldn't have any problems with that. We've got a big whopping Deckle Sheath here. Absolutely massive decals, these two here, and our numbers here. Really gonna have to kind of put all your techniques in here with your microcell and sol to get these to conform nicely, because they're gonna be quite big to go on. But I mean, they do look nice. I'm not sure who they're made by. Decals for Airfix can be a bit of a hit and miss. Sometimes that can be rubbish, sometimes that can be from companies like Cartographer, which are supposed to be, you know, best in the world or something like that. But they do all look to be printed out nicely. I think they're going to be good because they do feel like they are quite thin, the film does, so hopefully we should be all good there. You do get another little nicely in colour sheet for all your schemes and everything, which we've got the Canberra B.2 number 10 squadron, nice black and grey there. We've got a camo pattern one here, which is the B.62, and that's number 2 squadron. We've got another option here, which is the BI6 number 213 squadron, and we got a B.20 number 2 squadron. Royal Australian Air Force, that one is as well. So that's quite nice. Onto the kit, we have our clear parts. Now, I have already noticed, I don't know if you can actually see it, but there is a spidering effect going on with this canopy here. Now, normally this does kind of mean that we've probably got this for probably most of the kits. I mean, this potentially isn't a one-off kind of thing. I don't know too much about it. All I know is because we've got the 1, 2, 3 kind of ejector pins here, what it is the clear plastic is ejected in these 3 points, and when they meet in the middle they can leave a line where the 2 plastics have met. I don't think you can't really polish them out because it does go right down to the core of the plastic, so it is something that you're probably going to have to deal with. And if you're kind of thinking, right, let's go off and buy another kit to see if we can get another one, it's probably going to be the same for all the kits. But you know, I can't really say for sure that's the way it is, but you probably will find that 9 times out of 10 they're all going to be like that. Other than that, I mean, they do look quite nice and shiny. Rather thick though, but hopefully we can polish it up, maybe try and polish it up a bit and maybe make it look a bit better, but it's something you're probably going to have to live with this kit. Coming along, we've got a nice big wings here. Nice solid plastic's all nice and smooth. It is recessed panel lines. The panel lines, to be honest, do seem quite on the thick side. They could have done with being a bit smaller, but saying that, they do look nice and consistent all round. Not really seeing any sink marks going on. Yeah, we look good with that one. Got an array of weapons on this sprue here. Not going to pretend I know what kind of bombs and weapons they are, but there's some sort of bombs. We got rockets. We got our bomb bay doors. The detail for our bomb bay doors here, I mean, doesn't look too bad, but there could be room for improvement. The engine, that's also probably room for improvement. We've got a bit of another copy there. Another one here, air brakes, they look nice. Our wheel well here has actually got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 ejector pin marks inside there, which really we are going to be really hard pushed to actually get in there and sand them out, because it being so deep. That's a bit of a shame. As well as that, I mean, I have noticed, I mean, you have got recessed panel lines, but the detail in total is kind of lacking. I mean, there is definitely room for improvement. We've got no rivets going on. These ejector seats here are looking very, very bland. The wheels do look nice though, to be honest. I mean, the kit is looking quite solid, and it looks like you're going to have a nice shaped Canberra, but the recessed panel lines is very limited. There's no riveting going on. I mean, there is definitely room to come along and do a load of scratch building, a load of extra rivets, recessed panel lines, really putting in the detail. But I mean, apart from that, it does look really solid. I mean, I'm not seeing sink marks, and yeah, I mean, it does look all nice, smooth, looking good, pretty solid. Just as I say, I mean, it is just lacking on that detail. And we've got our cockpit area here, and I mean, the detail on there is kind of your typical Airfix kind of detail. It's not really that brilliant. I mean, you've got something there, but it's not really anything to write home about. Not sure what aftermarket parts you can get for this, so you might want to invest in that. But saying that, I mean, this, if you do go for like closed canopy, I mean, you don't know. Actually, I don't think it does actually open the canopy, no. But I mean, you don't know how much you're going to be able to see inside the actual canopy, so inside the cockpit. So it might be one of these things where you could do some dry fitting and actually see, okay, how much can you actually see in our cockpit here? So, you know, is it worth going off putting scratch building cockpits together? Is it worth going off buying your aftermarket cockpits and stuff? So, you know, check, see, does it fit, how does it fit, how much can you see, actually see in there, and you could probably not have to go out and spend all that money or spend all that time doing that. Last bit here, we have our fuselage sections, looking really nice, solid, quite a big kit. Recessed panel lines, nice and consistent, a little bit on the big side. But I just keep coming back to the whole, it needs a little bit more detail. So I would recommend, you know, look at your references, reference photos, all that kind of stuff. Find out where you could put more recessed panel lines, find out where you could put your riveting and everything, just to detail it up a bit. And you know, the wheel wells, I mean, they looked a bit bland. I mean, you might want to look into jazzing them up a bit. I know the landing gear, that looked bland as well. Yeah, I mean, there is definitely a lot of room here for scratch building, extra work. But all in all, I mean, it does look a solid kit. It does look a nice shape. It definitely looks like you've got something to work with here, and I'm pretty sure out of the box it's going to look nice anyway. But yeah, a nice bit of extra work into that, and you will have a nice kit by the looks of it. I will be building this kit next, so if you want to follow that on the forum, I'll be putting up video builds and all that kind of stuff on this, and as well as the final reveal, and we can work through kind of seeing how exactly is this kit going to go together. You know, what kind of extra detail am I going to put in there to kind of, you know, give a bit more life to it, and kind of see, you know, do we need to add more detail to the cockpit area, all that kind of stuff. So I hope this has been beneficial. You know, I hope I've kind of give you any ideas on whether you want to buy this kit or not. But until next time, have a good day and goodbye.